Being a judge, I never imagined I'd come home to find my own Mercedes missing from my driveway, vanished into thin air. But the real shocker? The president of our HOA, a woman who thrived on power, had been running a full-blown criminal operation, using her position to steal and sell residents' vehicles through her brother-in-law's Shady dealership. The moment she realized she had just messed with the wrong homeowner, well, that's when things got interesting. Welcome to my channel. If you love stories about nightmare HOAs and entitled Karens getting exactly what they deserve, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. After an exhausting 2-day judicial conference, all I wanted was to collapse into my bed, finally enjoying some well-earned rest. As I drove through Oakwood Estates, the neighborhood looked as pristine as ever. The perfectly trimmed hedges, the uniform flower beds, the lawns so immaculately cut they looked artificial. Margaret Winters, our HOA president, ran this place like a dictator, measuring grass heights with a ruler, issuing violation notices for the smallest infractions. But that was just the surface. As I turned onto my street, something immediately felt off. My heart skipped a beat. My driveway was empty. My silver Mercedes, the car I had worked 5 years to afford, was gone. Just gone. My stomach twisted in knots as I parked my rental car and bolted to my front door, my mind racing. Had I parked it somewhere else? Had it been stolen? That's when I saw it. A garish orange notice, sloppily taped to my doorbell, flapping in the evening breeze. My gut told me exactly who was behind this before I even read the signature. And sure enough, there was, written in the same arrogant flourish I'd seen on countless HOA violations, Margaret E. Winters, HOA president. The notice claimed my car had been towed because of a new commercial vehicle rule. Apparently, my courthouse parking permit sticker was now considered a violation. My blood boiled. The date? Just 2 days ago. Before I could even process what was happening, Mrs. Chun, my sweet elderly neighbor, rushed over, still wearing her gardening gloves, worry etched across her face. "Judge Anderson," she gasped, "they took your car. I saw it. I tried to stop them, but..." Her voice trembled as she pulled out her phone, showing me blurry late-night photos. The tow truck had arrived at 3 a.m. in the dead of night. My car had been legally parked in my own driveway for years, yet Margaret had threatened Mrs. Chun with fines just for questioning the tow. I turned, staring at the empty space where my car should have been. There were no oil stains, no violations, nothing. Just an overwhelming sense of fury building in my chest. Then my phone buzzed. "Ted Rodriguez. Check your security cameras. You need to see this." As I unlocked my door, I felt eyes on me. Across the street, in the second-floor window of her pristine, overly manicured home, Margaret Winters stood with a pair of binoculars, watching me, smirking. She had been HOA president for just 3 months. 3 months since our beloved former president, Mr. Johnson, mysteriously resigned. And in that short time, she had transformed our peaceful neighborhood into her personal kingdom, fining residents for unauthorized flower colors, banning excessive walking on sidewalks, and now stealing cars. Inside, I found 5 more violation notices shoved under my door, each more absurd than the last. Unauthorized professional vehicle storage, government credentials displayed without HOA approval, and then immediate removal authority. I had lived here for 15 years, and I had never seen that clause in our HOA bylaws. With shaking hands, I pulled up my security footage. What I saw made my blood run cold. Margaret wasn't just supervising the tow. She was orchestrating it like a Broadway performance. She pointed, gestured, and even posed for selfies next to my car as it was being hooked up, but it got worse. A sleek black BMW rolled up, and a man in a tailored suit stepped out. Even in the grainy night vision, I saw it, the family resemblance. Margaret's brother-in-law. The same man who owned Winters Premium Auto, a used car dealership across town. They laughed as they looked at my car. And then, Margaret said something that made my stomach twist. Even without audio, I could read her lips. This one will sell fast. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a racket. And what they didn't know was that I had just been appointed as the supervising judge for civil property cases in our district. This was about a lot more than just my missing car, and I was going to get to the bottom of it.